Welcome to Parent Tips, and as always, we are here for you every week. This week, we are talking about discipline, which we started last week. And because discipline is a weighty matter, I'm wearing a matching outfit for that. So, karibuni sana. Just a little recap of last week's conversation. We defined the word discipline and we tried to relate it to parenting. And what we came up with was discipline is to teach or to train a child to follow a certain code of behavior and to follow up that behavior with correction where there is disobedience. So there's to train or to teach, and there's disobedience and there is correction. So those are the three main elements of discipline. This week, I'll be talking about parenting styles because how we relate to our kids directly affects how effectively we discipline those children. So please stay tuned. We'll be back in a few seconds. So there's a saying that says you cannot lead people to a place you have never been. And so as a parent, it's very important to be self-aware so that you can teach your children to be self-aware. And so this second section is about parenting styles. Now, there are three parenting styles generally that are considered valid. The first is permissive parenting. The second is authoritarian parenting. And the third is authoritative parenting. And I'm going to try and define them one by one. The first being permissive parenting. We all used to envy our friends whose folks never bothered them. They didn't care what they do. They lived life in their own terms. There were no consequences. And their parents seemed like the coolest parents on earth because they never really bothered or asked them about anything. It's like, wewe ishi maisha yako, do life how you're going to do it. Figure it out. And we envied those children when we were young. The challenge with this kind of parenting is that at the end of the day, these children grow up feeling like their parents are really not concerned about their lives. And that, in result, brings you a child who feels uncared for and unloved. Because the minute you are a permissive parent, you're communicating to your child that you actually have better things to do than to keep following up on them and micromanaging them. So the second style of parenting is called authoritarian. And when we were growing up, you all remember those friends who had folks we completely feared, like their home was a military camp. And those are the kinds of parents who are extremely controlling, and it's either my way or the highway. My rules or you get out. And there's really no form of relationship between the parent and the child. Now, what this kind of parenting style does, it makes the children begin to feel as if they exist to be seen and not to be heard, and they don't have an opinion. But secondly, and I think more importantly, it raises children into adults who actually think that they cannot think independently, they cannot make choices on their own because they are very used to be controlled and being told every little thing they need to do. And that's the sad thing about authoritative parenting. So, the third, and in my opinion, the most productive style of parenting is called the authoritative parenting style. Now, authoritative parents, first and foremost, have very high expectations on their children, but the difference is they offer an equal amount of support. So it's high expectations, high support. So the children feel they need to perform in terms of behavior, in terms of academics and otherwise, but they also feel that their parents are supportive of their success. I think this is one of the best methods of parenting, of the styles of parenting. And all of us need to start working towards that method of parenting because this parenting style leaves children feeling confident, they have a high self-esteem, and they are able to do whatever they need to do and take risks, knowing that they have a good support system in their parents. This kind of parents are very intentional. They ensure that they are present, they are participative in discipline, and they also create a lot of time to have memorable moments with their children. This is the kind of parenting style we all need to emulate so that we can see the kind of result we would like to see when our children become adults. So I hope that was really good information for you. You know, we say parenting is about raising children in a way that they can grow up to be mature and responsible adults. So please take some time to have a look at what kind of parent you are and begin to adjust to the best parenting style that suits you, which, as we said, is the authoritative parent. Next week, we'll be joining you again for the continuation of this discipline series. We're looking forward to see you. Please remember to engage with us on our Facebook page, our Instagram, and our YouTube channel, Parent Tips KE. Have a wonderful week. Cheers.